What is going on, everybody, on YouTube? Steve here with Raiken Profit over at RaikenProfit.com. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you 10 Brooks Brothers clothing items, pre-owned Brooks Brothers clothing items that sold on eBay for $50 or more. This is going to be a quick educational video, and I want to be able to teach you in a short period of time what types of items you want to focus on if you're a clothing seller when you're looking at the brand Brooks Brothers. So I'm going to share with you guys 10 items which have sold on eBay within the Brooks Brothers brand for $50 or more. So be sure to pull out a pen and a pad, take some notes, and then after the show, go out to the thrift store, check out your garage sales on a weekend, go find them and flip them on eBay. So that being said, let's dive into this video. And if you're excited for the show, do me a big favor, smash that like button, show some love down below, and let's dive into this video. The first item that I found that sold on eBay was an item that sold for 68 buckaroos. This is a trench coat. And if you can ever find trench coats within a good brand, whether it's Ralph Lauren or Brooks Brothers or Burberry or even Pendleton, you can definitely make some really good money. You know, bigger the better, not only in terms of size, but like extra large versus 2X or 3X, but the actual size of the item. I always found that, like jackets will do better than typically like button fronts in terms of like overall selling price, blazers, sport coats, suits, even like sweaters sometimes over like vests, vice versa. So bigger the better. This sold for $68 right here. If you're new to the Brooks Brothers brand, this is one of the tags. They have multiple tags, so you're really going to have to do some more studying after this video because there's so many different variations to the Brooks Brothers. There's different models. Some are higher end, some are lower end. This is more kind of like average. There's nothing super special about this, but it sold for $68 right here, plus $8.15. So definitely a nice sale right there on eBay. Here we have a lot of three. I know a lot of folks, they go out to thrift stores and they may find 2, 3, 4, or 5 of one brand, maybe the same size. You can tell maybe one person donated it to the thrift store or at a garage sale, and they're not sure if they should sell it individually or if they should sell it, as a lot. And my rule of thumb is if it's not something that's like extremely rare and like hard to come across and like maybe it'll sell just for a ton of money by itself, then just lot it up together. If it's the same size, right, and if it's in good condition, you don't want to lot things that are like, you don't want to have a lot of like 3 pants, as in this example, like one has a stain, then one's in good condition. Like if they're all in good condition, they're all the same size, and they're somewhat similar in style, then it would be appropriate to sell it together. If it's like something super casual and then you have something super formal, like I wouldn't lot those together. Like for example, I wouldn't lot like a short sleeve, like plaid shirt with a long sleeve, white button front, shirt. Just doesn't make sense. So anyways, this is actually a lot of 3 Brooks Brothers Country Club, and this is another various model of off the Brooks Brothers brand. And Country Club does extremely well. Button front shirts do well, jackets, anything Country Club. I believe it's somewhat newer of a line in Brooks Brothers. I may be wrong about that, but I always do really well with this. Here's a lot of 3 Country Club 100% Supima cotton pants, $100 plus $13.60. Definitely be on the lookout for those pants. All right, here we have a 3-ply Italian cashmere sweater. You guys, cashmere can bring you in some really, really nice profits if it's associated with an excellent brand. Even, off brands or lower end brands, or brands that you don't really recognize as like high end designer Italian brands, right? They can still bring you in really good money if it's cashmere. But, here we have a great brand, Brooks Brothers, big following, huge market, 3-ply cashmere. Scotland, that's a great place to see that the item has been made in. They make some awesome sweaters over there. $75 right here. And even if you look under the item condition, it says 2 well-repaired holes, otherwise in excellent condition. So this thing was even repaired. And it looks like on their picture, they have little identifiers of the holes, so they might have like patched them up or whatnot. It's not super obvious, but still sold for $75. I can tell you right now, in a Brooks Brothers store, this is probably selling for a couple $100 if I had to guess. So Pretty cool little find right there. Brooks Brothers Cashmere Sweater. And I'll show you the tag right here. If you ever find the Brooks Brothers tag with like the gold writing, it always tends to do a little better. And also take a look at that, guys. 2 extra large. There's a lot of things going right with this. The tag is great. It's made in Scotland. 2 extra large, bigger the better. It's cashmere. I mean, this is just one of those bada bing, bada boom moments where, you know, the profits are coming soon. Quick flip, awesome find. 75 bucks. I'm excited about that. Are you? Next up, we have, ooh, this is a great item right here, guys. I just had a little shiver go through my spine because I was so excited. This is a double-breasted gold button Brooks Brothers navy blue blazer. Great item right here. You know, a little outdated in a sense, but people still wear these. They still love them, these double-breasted blazers. And I'll tell you right now, if you can find a Brooks Brothers blazer, right? Or a suit, but typically it's gonna be a blazer. Sometimes it'll be a 2-button, 3-button. If you can find the double-breasted like this, I mean, you're gonna make some good money. Gold button within Brooks Brothers does extremely well. One of the best items to look out for are the gold buttons, blazers and whatnot. And give you guys a little tip. Say you're at a thrift store and maybe there's a Brooks Brothers item that maybe you find a double-breasted Brooks Brothers like this with the gold buttons and on it and everything, but maybe like it's all shredded up and torn up and they're selling it for like $1 and they're just trying to get rid of it. Buy it and then pull off the buttons and sell them separately. You know, I haven't researched the buttons in probably about a year or so, but I used to, if I ever came across like any blazers and there was issues with it and they were just like pretty much just selling it for like scraps, which they do sometimes at like, especially at Salvation Army, or if you see it all like torn up, you can negotiate a deal. You know, I was getting sometimes 15, 20 bucks just for the gold buttons. So do some research on that. I'm not sure about how that market is anymore, but it may be an option for you. Awesome item right there. $89.99. And oh, look at that. This is the country club version as well, and Madison. Sometimes there'll be different names. This is the Madison version, makers and merchants. Great item, $89.99. Definitely look more into those double-breasted button fronts, or even the 2-button button front navy blue blazers with the gold buttons. Good money right there. So some of you guys, I know you're going to have opportunities to buy in bulk. And sometimes you'll get the chance to buy 3 or 5 or 7 or even more of the same item. Maybe one person donated it. Pop on them. I'm telling you right now, these things sell well in lots. Now, this thing didn't sell for a ton of money. This lot, lot of 7 Brooks Brothers didn't sell for a ton of money. But let's just say you got this for, $2 a shirt, which is definitely possible on a half off sale, or if you're able to negotiate, or you're friends with the people that work there. I mean, even $3 a piece. If you paid $3 a piece, you're in this for 21 bucks and plus tax and everything. So you're in it for $25. I mean, this sold for $70. It's still a great opportunity to double, triple your money based on what you're putting into it. And, the cool thing about selling lots is you're differentiating yourself from the competition, because what is the competition doing? They're selling 1, they're selling 2. Now, while there are some disadvantages, such as you're not going to have as big of a market that's looking for 7 shirts versus 1 or 2, you are differentiating yourself from the crowd. And there may be somebody out there who wants 5 or 7 or 10, and you could kind of demand a higher price because there's not as much competition. There's not as many sellers with, a lot of 7. And even if there are, they might not have the same designs, the same colors, the same sizes. So great opportunity right here, $69.99. Next Brooks Brothers item that sold is a beautiful Brooks Brothers leather coat. I'm not going to go too deep into this, guys. If you find anything that is leather with a decent brand associated with it, you're gonna make really, really good money. There's really nothing else to say. This sold for $100, $16.99. Look up Brooks Brothers leather jackets. Those are just very, very profitable items. Very hard to come across, but extremely profitable. Here we have a Brooks Brothers quilted suede vest. Anything leather, like I said before, leather jacket's going to do well. Even if you find suede in a decent brand, or even a really good brand like Brooks Brothers, you're going to make good money. So vests do extremely well. I love selling vests. They're a little harder to come across versus, jackets and button fronts and polos and different things like that. So if you find a vest in a decent brand, always look it up to see how it's doing. But there's a couple things working here. Number one, the color looks great. We got a full zip vest. It's quilted, it's suede. And if you take a look at the tag, oh, look, there's another thing that I see there. It's got the gold tag. That one always does well. It does better than kind of that other tag that I showed you before. That was kind of like the lower end one. But anyways, 2 extra large right here, guys. You've got wool lining, you've got silk lining, you've got cashmere lining. Made in China. That ain't too great, but great item right there, guys. This sold for 85 bucks. Actually, there was a best offer, so I'm not sure exactly what it sold for, but I guarantee they got at least 50 bucks on that. Awesome item. Here we have a plaid sport coat, and looks like this is a looks like there's 3 buttons. Plaid, looks like it's fully lined silk. This is definitely vintage in nature. You can just tell based on the tag. It won't let me zoom in. Oh, there we go. But this is definitely an older tag. A lot of times I'll stay away from this tag, but I think the reason this did really well is because it's just a unique design, just a cool color, like awesome plaid design, and it's just unique, guys. One of the things you always want to keep in the back of your mind when you're buying and selling clothing is this unique? Is this different? Is there something about this that stands out from the crowd? And that's always, an identifier, something that could possibly be profitable, considering it's matched up with a decent brand or has some other selling qualities such as, the material or whatnot. So $99, guys, $99.99. This sold for $12.75. Now, if you go out to the thrift store today, you're going to find this? Probably not. But if you're out there looking for this type of stuff, within a year period, you might find a couple Brooks Brothers ones. You might find a Ralph Lauren polo. I know they make similar ones. This is what this education's all about, guys. It's all about, teaching yourself to recognize and learn that, okay, there's stuff out there. I got to go to the thrift store. I got to show up to the game, and I got to put myself in a position to get lucky. There's so many clothing items to look out for. There's so many brands and designs and styles and patterns and materials that people just don't know about. So hopefully you're learning a lot here. This is exciting stuff, guys. 99 bucks. I mean, could pay a car payment. 2 more listings I want to share with you guys. This is a lot of 7 Brooks Brothers non-iron dress shirts. Appears like they're all the same size right here, all different colors, designs, button fronts. Looks like they're all spread. Well, actually, some are spread collar and some have the Oxford button down, as you can see in that red one all the way to the left. But either way, this lot of 7 had 12 bids on it and sold for $103.63. Even if you paid $5 a piece and you're in it for 40 bucks after tax, they charge shipping on it. You can make $50 profit on this lot right here. So, I've done well in the past with lots. One thing I want to mention with the Brooks Brothers dress shirts and whatnot is a lot of them always seem to have issues, whether it's a missing button or a stain or a little tear here or there or something missing button, like I said. So be sure to really take some time to inspect these items. The worst thing you can do is not inspect, and you get home and then you go to list your items and you're like, crap, like there's issues with like 4 of them. Like I've gone to thrift stores where I've found like 15 Brooks Brothers and they were all damaged. So definitely take your time and inspect and then lot them together. Last item I want to share with you guys is one of the best items that you could be on the lookout for when it comes to selling the Brooks Brothers brand, and that is the Brooks Brothers suits. Now, the only suits that don't do as well is that one tag that I showed you a few back. It was like the vintage tag, the little slim, narrow rectangle tag. Some of those don't do as well, but if you could find something that's a little more current, especially this tag right here, and sometimes you'll find like Madison, you'll find Fitzgerald. There's all different styles and models and the Country Club. But anything really current that's Brooks Brothers, that's a suit, that's in good condition. I mean, you're looking at really good money. If you could find one that's associated with the Loro Piana, that's even better. But here's an example of a pinstripe suit, 44 regular slim, sold for $174.99, guys. And this isn't just, just a random one that just sold and like maybe like only one of them sells for over 100 out of like 100 sales. Like no, like a lot of these Brooks Brothers suits sell for $100 plus. It may take some time to sell. It may be a little long tail. The returns might be a little higher than average, right? Just in general with clothing and suits. Out of all clothing items, I'd say suits, you probably get the most returns. But it's part of the game. The margins are extremely high and, they're easy to ship. A lot of people ask me, how do you ship your suits? It depends on where it's going and whatnot. But a lot of times, you know, a medium flat rate, or if it's close by, you can ship it with a regional B box or just a straight up priority box that you can purchase off of for free, get them shipped to you from USPS.com. So yeah, pretty cool show, guys. Hopefully you learned some interesting facts, some fun facts about Brooks Brothers. And hopefully it was my goal that this video put you in the position to have a good little knowledge base when it comes to Brooks Brothers. So when you're out there thrifting, or you're at a garage sale or a flea market, or maybe you're scanning through Craigslist looking for some local deals, or you're at Plato's Closet, you recognize the opportunity here, you recognize the value, and you obviously do some more research and, you know, buy it and make some money. That's the goal of this whole business right here. We want to buy stuff, we want to make money, and, you know, we want to create freedom in our life, and, you know, that's what it's all about. So thanks everybody for watching. You guys are awesome. If you did enjoy this video, please do me a big favor and smash that like button, leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm dropping videos on a daily basis, doing the best I can to help you guys out. And, you know, if you're new to my channel, check out some of the videos. Definitely use the search functionality to find some videos based on your interest, because, you know, I've got over 1,000 of them. So I'm here to help you guys out. I'm here to stay. And I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. And thanks for, you know, helping me to hit 60,000 subscribers the other day. It's pretty exciting. And I'm looking forward to hitting 100,000 and bringing you guys along on the journey. So with that being said, keep on picking and making that money. And I'll talk to you in the next video. Have an amazing day. Thanks.